Spoiler alert, this thrift haul is absolutely incredible. I am in the mood to go thrifting today, and I want to bring you guys along with me. It is sunny and it's going to be almost 50 degrees here in Cincinnati today. So, good weather puts me in the mood to thrift. Really, any weather puts me in the mood to thrift, but let's get in there. Let's see what we can find to sell on places like eBay and Poshmark. Since I got there at opening, I decided to head to the shoes first and see if there was anything worth picking up. I did spot these Hoka tennis shoes. They were priced up a little bit, which maybe would have been worth it, but the tread on the bottom was terrible, and these only sell for around $40 these days, and the tread has to be much better than that, so I passed on those. I made my way over to the jackets next, where the first thing I found was this men's diesel jacket. And I know a lot of resellers have luck with their Y2K styles, but this one was stained, so unfortunately that one had to stay behind. And speaking of Y2K, this Nicole Miller 100% leather jacket was definitely giving that Bratz doll vibe, Cheetah Girls, Lizzie McGuire, all those good keywords. I ended up finding a hole on it, so I had to pass. I also passed on this older Bowden jacket. I just didn't think that was a great style to try to resell. I still check out Rag & Bone, but if I find a skinny jean, it's a no-go for me. They do not sell for much at all, so that stayed behind. And I spotted these, which I am not sure where you would wear these to or how you would wear these, but these were interesting. But my spidey senses were tingling, and I noticed a new rack had rolled out, and I was excited to find these Lululemon Dance Studio pants at a great price. Dance Studio pants do really well for me on both eBay and Poshmark. Back over in the jeans, I did spot these Levi's ribcage jeans, and while they don't sell for what they used to, if I can get them for a decent price, they do still sell for around that $30 to $35 mark, so I did decide to bring these home. I did spot another new rack that rolled out, but unfortunately this go around, it was a bust. But over in the pants, I did find these wrap linen pants. This is a brand that I've seen resellers pick up. I could not find a size on these to save my life, and I just don't love selling things without a size, so I left them behind. I also passed on these Amanda Uprichard pants. It looked like the belt was missing, and I don't think these paper bag style pants do very well anymore. But it definitely would not be a thrift trip if I did not find some Athleta that I could pick up. These were in a great size, and these were more like the, travel hiking style pants, and these were a wide leg, so I did decide to bring these home. I also spotted these Flint and Tinder pants. They were mixed in with the women's. I'm pretty sure they are a men's piece though, but I do love to sell this brand. It's often carried on Tuckernuck, so into the cart it went, and it ended up coming home with me. I do like to look up the Carhartt pieces that I find. Of course, the jackets do the best, but these were the FR, which stands for fire resistant. So I was curious if these had some good comps. There was just a lot of them for sale, and they weren't selling for a lot, so I did pass on them. I also passed on these Spanx pull-on leggings. Those do not do well. I also passed on these J. McLaughlin pants. I do better with their tops and dresses. But here's another Athleta piece that I did pick up. Again, these were more of that hiking or, travel style. So I did bring those back home with me. LL Bean is a brand that can do okay if you pick up the right pieces. And the best part about LL Bean is they do have an item number, which you can use to look up the style. And these were sort of like a lounge pant. They were organic cotton and in a larger size, so they're not going to sell for a ton, but I did decide to bring those home. I then spotted these Lululemon leggings, but when I looked up the style number, these are sort of a weird cropped style, and they had some wear on the back, so those ended up staying behind at the thrift store. I always love finding collab pieces, and this was a collab between Adidas and Danielle Katari. I've never heard of that person, but comps were actually pretty decent on Poshmark, so I decided to bring these home. My next find were these Summer Salt joggers. I think this brand is a little better known for their swimwear pieces. I ended up passing on this one because it was stained. Let me know if you've had luck selling non-swimwear items from this brand. I have to keep my head on a swivel because you guys, here comes more new racks. And this time I spotted this really cute Lululemon t-shirt on the rack. It was not priced up, so I definitely decided to bring this one home. It's not going to sell for a ton, but it should sell pretty quick. I also decided to grab this Carhartt hoodie. I have really good luck with the Carhartt hoodies. They are not like super high dollar, but they're almost always a really fast flip for me. My next find was actually this Duluth Trading Co. like shawl collar sweater, and it was priced at $9.99, which I thought was too high for this brand, but this brand does have a style number you can look up to see if it's a good pickup. With this next brand, Nike or Jordan, they all have a style code on the interior tag, so it's really easy to see if you found a really good piece or if it's just an oversaturated item. These turned out to be the Jordan Essential Fleece Jogger that had decent comps. I also decided to pick up these Figs Zamora joggers since they were only $5.99. That's probably about the most I would ever pay for them since they're probably only going to sell for about $25. Continuing in the men's section, I stumbled across some John Varvatos jeans, which this can be a great brand, especially if you find like suede and leather jackets and things like that. These were like a white moto pants, and I threw them in my cart so I could do some research. And right behind them, I actually found 2 more pairs in different styles, but that same John Varvatos brand. And what I like to do is just throw something in my cart, do some research later. It turned out these all were stained, of course, because they were white, so I ended up leaving all of those behind. And I absolutely love selling American Giant. I typically find more like sweatpants and sweatshirts from this brand. I had never seen a pair of jeans, so I did decide to pick those up because I wanted to try them out. And I am back on that new rack grind. I did find this Lululemon jacket, which was priced fairly, but when I looked it over more closely, it had a big hole in it, so I ended up leaving it behind. But I did grab this Athleta Cozy Karma sweatshirt. I have sold this same sweatshirt, it feels like a million times. And this was a fun vintage find. This is the brand Obermeyer, and their vintage like snowsuits and snow pants can do okay. So I did decide to grab these. And there's no way I could make it through the whole thrift trip and not go through the blazers. I ended up finding this J. Crew blazer. One of the reasons I decided to grab it was because of the elbow patches. I love selling these styles, so this one definitely came home with me. And oh my gosh, you guys, alert, alert, but it is another new rack. And oh my gosh, I found this Sink a Set button up top, super cute, and definitely brought that one home with me. As I made my way to the dresses, I noticed these overalls on the end of a rack. They were actually Anthropologie Pilcrow overalls. I love selling overalls, so I definitely decided to bring these home since they were only $7.99. And of course, I love going through the dresses, and we are coming up on dress season. Dresses do the best for me in the spring and summer, which makes total sense. There's Easter, there's weddings, there's just a lot of events that happen that time of year, so I do really well with them. And my first find was actually this Lily Pulitzer dress. It is a strapless style, so I'm not going to get a ton for it, but it was priced fairly, so I did decide to grab this one. I was also thrilled to find this Bowden dress new with tags. This is like the perfect little career wear piece. They don't sell for huge amounts of money, but it is definitely a bread and butter brand for me. I was also excited to find Sachin and Bobby, which I believe is sold on Revolve or maybe Anthropologie. Please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but those do pretty well. And then I spotted another Lily Pulitzer dress. This was in a really pretty pink color, and we are definitely coming up on Lily season, and I am excited about it. And this next piece was a really interesting find. It was a new to me brand called Smart and Joy, which looks like it's from the UK, and they seem to specialize in sort of like retro style pieces. This was new with tags, and I thought it was really beautiful, so I did decide to bring that one home. Now, I am passing on a lot of barefoot dreams these days, but I did like this long line vest, and it felt really good because after a few washes, barefoot dreams can feel a little rough. And just when I thought I was done thrifting, I spotted another new rack, and look at this absolutely gorgeous Barbie pink Talbot's coat. I just had to bring it home. It's absolutely stunning, and this was an incredible thrift trip, so now we have got to sort our cart. I just stand by the go back rack and go through my items, checking for flaws, checking comps, and I definitely put a few things back, but here is my cart after everything's been sorted through, and now I am organized and ready to check out. My IKEA bag is overflowing, but I am not complaining. You guys, that haul was so good. I wanted to share my receipt with you. I spent $200.90 on 24 items. I'll pop up my average cost of goods here, but holy moly, that Goodwill was delivering today and it was awesome. And I'll see you guys next time.